Okay, I got my coffee. I got a pile of manga. Let's wrap up 2020. Now, as of the date of recording this video, it is December 23rd, which means tomorrow is Christmas Eve. So I do want to go ahead and preface this video and say that I haven't read as much manga as I thought that I would read at the beginning of December. It seems like this month just went by so quickly. Is Christmas really like in a couple days here? Yeah, but I did read some volumes that I do think that we should go over and that we will go over in just a second. But before we go ahead and jump on into today's episode, like always, I want to know what you guys have been reading this month. So go ahead and drop those titles down below. It's honestly one of my favorite parts about making these types of videos. Okay, but without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on into what I've been reading for the month of December, the final monthly reads of 2020. See you in just a second. I have been, this was the month that I was supposed to finish Silver Spoon, okay? I've gone on and on and on and on about this series on my channel, and this will be the final, like this is it, we're done, okay? So this is the final volume of Silver Spoon. This is done by Hiromu Arakawa, and Hiromu Arakawa is the same mangaka as Fullmetal Alchemist, and both series I can officially say that I really like. I very much enjoy. It does have a way of ending the series that I feel shows maturity in the author, okay? So it's not your typical, it is your typical, but it isn't your typical ending at the same time. I think it's done incredibly well. It's a great time to get into Silver Spoon. It just finished, so they're all out. If you're looking for a way to get into the series, I recommend the anime. I mean, I very much enjoyed it. I got emotional at the end. I think Arakawa did a great job of not only, we're getting to see the characters start very young and develop all the way to the very end, and I'm not going to give any spoilers, of course. At the end of the last volume, on the last page, I got the feeling of, like, of course I had the feeling of, I didn't want it to end, but I sat there and I was like, yes, this was money well spent. This was time well spent. This was a good read. This was a very good read. I don't regret any of this. I felt very attached to the characters. I felt happy and excited with where the story could go in our imagination. And it's a charming story. Please check it out. All right, and those are my final words on Silver Spoon. If you guys want to ask me like the nitty-gritty details or anything like that, you guys can come up on stream. I don't want to spoil it for anyone. I don't think I'll do a dedicated video on Silver Spoon, but it's good. Please check it out, okay? So this next series was recommended to me from a good friend of mine, Manga I've, incredible creator. She's blowing up right now. I'm so proud of her. And this is Kaiji. Kaiji, bada bing, bada boom. Yes. This is a great series, y'all. It feels good to open. It lays really nicely, as you can see. There was not like, I don't know, Denpa did a really good job with the actual physical like release of this, in my personal opinion. This was actually really well done. And now let's get to the story. The story follows Kaiji, he's on the main cover, like most volume ones. And basically he is your sort of a person that fell off of the beaten path and is struggling throughout life. When we first get introduced to him with the story, he's stealing and he's being a nuisance in society and he's gambling, but he's really not good at gambling, and he signed a loan for someone that ended up being a sketchy loan, and now he is in debt because well, that's how it works when you co-sign for something. So be warned for those of you that are co-signing for others. He ends up having to get on a ship, and I'm not going to get into details, but the ship is a gambling ship, and he is enticed by a character because it's supposed to be a way for him to, in one night, he can get rid of all of his debt and maybe even make a lot of money. And it's very enticing. Little does he know, it's sort of like a trap, so to say. It felt like Gantz in terms was like, I kept turning the page. And it's written well. The only thing that I can say is that some people complain about the art style. I didn't feel it at all. Once you get past, like the first 5 pages, your eyes get used to it, you get used to it, and you feel immersed in the story, and I think that's all that matters, and that's all we could ever ask for. So overall, I recommend you check out Kaiji. It's really good for a gambling series, and it's really good for just like a high octane, high intense suspenseful series as well. Okay, so those are my thoughts and feelings on Kaiji, and I'm sure there will be more to come. I do know that Omnibus 2 is out. I just ordered it, so go ahead and show your support for the series. And quickly, let's move on. For a second, I do want to talk about The Way of the House Husband, all 3 volumes right here. Okay, this is a good series. I'm not saying it's a bad series. I very much enjoy the series. I just don't think that due to its episodic nature, I want to collect it physically. I think this will do very well as an anime for me, and I've had my fun reading it physically, and I don't find myself wanting to reread it after this. Obviously, I just reread the first 3 volumes, and they're great. Honestly, I mean, it's really done well. I'm not gonna complain about it at all. I just, you know, I don't want to spend the physical real estate collecting these, which is something very important to me because I live in a small LA apartment. Okay, I don't have, you know, 3 Billy bookshelves to fill up. I have this. This is my setup, and a little storage unit over there in the corner, which you guys will see on a vlog sometime. And it's not a lot of space, so I have to be very selective with the manga that I continue to hold on. And I think part of collecting manga is also getting rid of manga. It's, you know, the ebb and flow of just being a collector and being in this hobby space in universe. I think there's nothing wrong with letting go of manga. In fact, most manga tubers that I know let go of manga and they sell manga. Now, I don't really need the money to sell these. I mean, what am I gonna get for this? It's not a lot. I would rather give it to someone in my community that would cherish this and, you know, open the book and read it and, you know, so on and so forth. I would rather it go to a good home that way. So I have no problem giving it away, but it's a good series. It's a comedy. It just got an anime. I recommend you look up when that's gonna be coming out, and I highly recommend it. It's great. The only reason why I'm not keeping it is I don't have the space to want to continue to buy them physically. That's it, but it's really good. It follows the story of this main protagonist right here, who is an ex-Yakuza member, who is now a domesticated house husband, where the wife, who is an adorable character, by the way, who is pretty much like the main breadwinner of the family. So you get to follow the main character sort of live his like Yakuza-styled life, but with absolutely zero, you know, criminal actions happening, and like he has the mentality of a Yakuza person going to like to the grocery store, doing laundry or cleaning the apartment, or you know, taking care of the neighbor's kids or something like that. And it's actually hilarious. It's actually hilarious. The only thing, you know, that I just don't like too much about this series, which I can't hold any fault to it, is it's episodic. So if you're into that, you're into that. If you're not into that, like myself, you're just not into that, okay? So yeah, that being said, if you want to win these, go follow me over my Twitch, okay? And that about wraps it up. It wasn't a lot. I'm not gonna admit that it, you know, this isn't a lot by any means, and I wanted to have a lot more done. And currently I'm reading 2 volumes that didn't make the cut for this particular video, but they will be in my next one that I think a lot of you have been wanting me to read. So we'll be kicking January off. We'll be kicking 2021 off with a bang. That's going to be a lot of fun. But I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you would like to go ahead and support the channel, go ahead and mash that like button down below. It lets me know that you are watching at home, and I can continue to make more content just like this. And of course, as always, nothing has changed. If you'd like to stick around for more content, go ahead and mash that subscribe button. We would love to have you here in the community. All right, everyone, this is probably the last video I'm making in 2020. So I'm gonna wish you guys a Happy New Year, a Merry Christmas. Thank you so much for a wonderful first full year here on YouTube. It honestly means a lot, the amount of support that these videos have been getting and that my community has been growing, and it's absolutely outstanding. And you guys make me feel special and smile every single day, and I am very grateful. So thank you so much. I hope each and every one of you has a Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays, whatever you guys are celebrating out there. And I will see you probably in 2020 if there's not one more video I'm working on that will be uploaded before then. And if that one doesn't get uploaded, I'll see you guys in 2020. Thank you so much for being here. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Merry Christmas.